It's Peet and Reet on the Friday wrap, and it's been a tough week.
It has been a really tough week. Unbelievable what happened in Vegas. It's so sad.
You know, when it first came down last Sunday night, you hear it, but you're detached from it. Right?
Yeah, it didn't happen in our city.
Yeah, and it doesn't feel like it's real.
Right.
And then you start to see the pictures and the videos, and you hear the story. And I can tell you, I want to cry now is what I want to do. But
yeah, exactly.
Broke my heart.
Oh yeah. The more I watch CNN and things like that, the worse I got. Yeah. Really, just watching the people's heartbreak was just unbelievable.
You know, I mean, it's inexplicable, senseless. I mean, there's no words to say what's happened there. And for a single person to do that and cold calculating, it doesn't make sense. None of this makes sense.
No, it doesn't. And I don't know how you go from, I think he was an accountant, right?
Yeah, retired accountant.
Yeah, how you go from that, which is really a mild-mannered, kind of job, to blowing people away. I just don't know. Where is the gap? What are we missing? Yeah. What didn't he tell people that he should have?
His family didn't know anything about it. They were shocked, and he has no record. And there's more and more going to come out. Of course, they're not telling you everything, and rightfully so. They're building a case to find out what really happened. And our really good friend out there, thank God, safe, Laurie Caseres, who is a production manager for Rich Little, good friend of ours, who also sings and dances in Vegas at the Tropicana.
She's an amazing singer and dancer.
She's fantastic. Hi, Laurie. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
We're good up here. Better than you guys are, for sure.
We're doing okay, and we're pulling together.
Okay, so on Sunday night, you and Rich had a show, and you were performing, and you were at the Tropicana. Now, explain where the Tropicana is in relation.
The Tropicana is on the corner of Las Vegas Boulevard and Tropicana. If you go just south on Las Vegas Boulevard, that is where the concert site was. If you go more south and then across Las Vegas Boulevard, that's where the Mandalay Bay is. So we were, 1,000 feet from the concert site.
Wow.
Now, you guys had no idea what was going on. And as a matter of fact, Rich and his arranger, Chuck, were already walking out of the parking lot to drive home, correct?
Yes. Well, we had a few other people with us as well. Our Rich's personal assistant and her husband. We were all hanging out in the lounge after dinner and after the show to watch a friend's band play. Chuck was lucky enough to leave early enough, so he got home. But as the other four people in my group decided to leave, they walked outside to valet, and that's when mayhem broke out, and people were running saying, "There are shooters outside, get back in, there are shooters." I was still in the lounge, and I saw a rush of people just coming into the lounge because the lounge is right near the front door. And it was nothing like I've seen before, nothing like I've felt before.
Did you get down? Were you what was your reaction to this? Were you I don't know what the heck's going on?
Well, as the people were running towards us, they are yelling, "They're shooters outside of the Tropicana." And the gentleman who was singing, Mark Giove, he got on the microphone and was saying, "There are shooters, everybody down." And he's yelling at his band to get off the bandstand. And another gentleman jumped up on stage to say, "Everybody get down." So right in that lounge, we all went face first down to the ground. And people were running everywhere, and you could hear screaming. And the feeling is just of knowing that you were face down on the ground for your life. That is just an unimaginable feeling.
Now, had you been watching the news in Vegas? Because they had been reporting that ISIS was threatening to attack during this week. Were you aware of that?
I was not aware of that. I didn't hear anything. But at one point, I was not on my face for too long, and I thought, you know what, I'm wide open. I don't want to be here. I grabbed my stuff and I ran downstairs into the basement and found a room. There was Rich, there was Jerry, there was my group. And during that time, we had a feed on one of the phones to the marshal's office. So we were getting all the information at the time, even though we were locked in this room. But about the ISIS, no, I hadn't heard anything about that.
Did you have people that were coming in and had been shot?
Yes, we were sequestered in that room for about 2 hours. And we were in contact with, I don't know if he was a FBI or a SWAT guy, I don't know, but he knew we were there, and he kept coming down to check on us and give updates once in a while. But at one point, he brought down about 10 people who were actually at the concert and had ran to the Tropicana for safe haven. Some of them had blood on their shirts because the person in front of them was shot, didn't even know who it was. Others that I spoke to, one lady, she had gotten separated from her son, her daughter, and her daughter's friend. Her daughter's friend was shot 3 times in the chest. Her daughter and her friend made it to the hospital but had been separated from her son. I was instrumental in helping find a phone, get a phone to her that worked so we could text, call the son. She finally got a hold of the daughter at the hospital and was able to at least connect with her family. Another couple, their sister had been shot in the face. During that time, we were able to get word to the hospital that she was okay. Other people that were there, other friends had been shot, they were okay. As far as I know, just during that time, they were okay. So, I mean, that's a blessing right there.
Was there first responders or anybody that came to talk to you, like, during this whole thing that's going down? Like the firemen, policemen, whatever?
Firemen and policemen, no. They were busy protecting the hotel. Our hotel went down in lockdown pretty immediately. And then we were finding out that I guess they set up command posts, like the SWAT and FBI and everybody that was protecting us, and they set up command right in front, I believe, of valet. This is what I believe. I can't be 100% sure, but this is what I'm being told while I was locked in a room down in the basement.
Now, you got to figure it's terrorists, right? And you're in that room, and you got to be thinking, are they going to bust down this door and come in here any second now?
We were all thinking that. Luckily, the husband of Rich's employee was an ex-policeman, and he's always carrying with him. So he basically acted as our personal security guard. He was at that door, ready. He was in contact with people from SWAT and the marshals, and he was in contact with them. He let them know that he was carrying, and so they in a sense brought him on board. So I think that's another reason why they chose our room to bring 10 more people, because they knew Stan was armed and was ready to use it if needed.
Is there, I don't know, is there like a time during this whole thing you thought, I may die here?
Yeah, oh yeah, we all did.
Yeah.
We all did. We were under the impression, when this first ordeal started, we were under the impression that the shooters were outside of the Tropicana. We were also being told that there were at least 3 suspects and 3 shooters, and that there were 2 shooters outside of the Trop trying to get in. That's what we were, and that is why as soon as I hit the ground, I knew I was in a big wide open space, and I grabbed my stuff, and it was like, you know what, I'm going to take this few seconds to find somewhere else to go, because I'm wide open here. I don't want to be here. I am wide open. A padded chair is not going to save my life if a gunman comes in and starts shooting. Right. But yeah, absolutely. We thought, we were all under the impression. We were hearing all these different stories from the marshal's office, because we had a direct contact with them, that there were terrorists and there was shootings at other hotels and other events and other buildings, when really it was only the concert and it was only the Mandalay Bay.
We're very impressed watching the news up here on how much the people of Las Vegas have come out, people around the world as well, to help in this situation. And there's a GoFundMe page. I don't know how much it's up to now, but it's a lot of money. Do you know where people can go to donate to help?
I do. I have sent you a link, so I'm hoping that you'll be able to put that on. But I don't know if you can see this. I did print up a little piece of paper that has the GoFundMe link on it.
Yeah, we'll put it up. We're going to put it up. John will put it up for you so that they can actually see it.
Awesome.
That would be great. That would be awesome. And if, we can use all of the help around the world. I'm going to get emotional. There's close to 530 people injured. We lost 59. So there's a lot of funeral arrangements and a lot of surgeries that need to be paid for. And this town, Las Vegas, has been amazing. I'm going to try and compose myself so I can speak. Las Vegas has been truly, truly amazing how everybody has band together. Over 70,000, close to 71,000 people have donated on the GoFundMe page. We're over $8 million. We're over $8 million. Our blood bank lines are 5 to 6 hours long. They're now asking to make an appointment. They're actually physically making appointments for people so they can come in and not wait in 5 and 6 hour long. The entertainment community here, they've gone to a lot of the blood bank events, set up stages, sound systems. They're performing for free for these people that are waiting in line. Same thing for the victims at the convention center. They're going there, donating time, and just trying to give some peace to the victims that are stranded here. There's the food donations. They're no longer taking food. There's nowhere to store it all. There's so much love and so much that people are bringing here. I'm reading this because this is what I have. Southwest and Allegiant Airlines, they're booking free flights for victims to get home, for victims' families. The Bellagio and the station casinos, they're giving free lodging for people who need it from the event. Las Vegas has really been amazing.
I think the key too is that you try and get back to some normalcy, and I know that you and Rich Little had a show Monday night, and you put it on, and there was only 28 people there, but I think it's the right thing to do. I think it's where the healing begins, to get on with your life and
move forward.
Yeah,
It absolutely does. Yeah, I mean, there's people out there that they don't have anything, they're kind of stuck here right now, so we're going to help give them what they need. And if a little bit of laughter for 1 hour is worth it, it was worth every single person, that 28 people on Monday night.
Well, we know you've got a show tonight with Rich.
Yeah.
We wish you all the best. We send God's blessings out to all of you out there.
Much love.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me and letting me tell a little bit of my story and get that GoFundMe page out there.
Awesome.
All right, honey.
We're going to come back on the Peet and Reet show and talk a little weight loss and also about losing your wallet.
Okay. Can't wait to get back on that. On the Peet and Reet Friday Wrap. During the break, we were continuing to talk to Laurie Caseres, who is, of course, Rich Little's production manager, but also she's in his show. She sings and dances, and she was apologizing for getting emotional.
Getting emotional. There's no apology.
No.
I mean, my gosh, to be that scared for your life and to live through something like that is terrifying.
And you take her inside the Tropicana downstairs, and then take that and go into an open area where people are getting splattered and right in front of you, and you don't know where to go or what to do,
Exactly.
and you cannot lay down because there is no place where you're safe. You just want to get out of there, and so
horrible,
anyways, terrible. And again, our prayers and thoughts are with him. And as you can see, we're going to put it up one more time here. This is the link to go to the GoFundMe. I'm sure they're going to be well over the $10 million goal, and they need to be, because I mean, these people need to be honored.
Absolutely. And their families need to be looked after in their time of grief.
Yeah. Couple of celebrities passing away this week. First off, Monty Hall.
Yeah, Monty Hall.
I mean, he's 96.
Yeah,
That's
he
cool.
had a good life, and come on down, and
Yeah.
the whole.
He
I always
was-
wanted to be on that show.
Oh, you and me both.
You know?
Honest to God, I wanted to go to Hollywood and be on that
Yeah,
show.
I did too.
And his wife passed away in June, and he was doing really well. And then obviously, you get away from a spouse for how long?
Mister
And,
probably just died of a broken heart.
Yeah, Canadian from Winnipeg, and he actually created the show, right? And they said, and I've read several stories, but I heard this from people in broadcasting. He was just a wonderful man, and if he could help you, he'd sit and talk to you about the business, and he'd tell you straight up, well, you're really not ready, but if you go out there and do this, this, and this, you probably
You make it work.
Yeah, you can make it. So
He
it's
just
great.
came across as that kind of person, though.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, I think.
And he was wholesome.
Her
I mean,
persona.
Yeah, he wasn't this fake guy on TV that came. What you saw with Monty was what he was. So.
Exactly.
And he wanted people
exactly.
to win. So
Yeah, and Tom Petty surprisingly passing away at 66.
just did the big tour.
Yeah, I know. It's just shocking. I love Tom Petty. I've loved him for years. Great music, and he'll be missed because he had some great lyrics and wrote with tons of people. And
Yeah.
he'll be missed.
Everybody thinks about Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It just sticks in your
Oh,
mind.
yeah,
And
for sure.
his music had a lot of different types of music in.
Yeah,
involved.
he had a country kind of
Yeah.
vibe, but also
Rock.
rock and roll was his big thing. But he had that kind of laid back, easy. He wasn't the guy out on stage that was jumping around like a
Yeah.
crazy person. He was just that laid back guy with his guitar that you were mesmerized watching.
Yeah. So both going to be missed
Yeah.
this week
Absolutely.
as we have a dark week in the world this week.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. What else we got going on?
Well, what have you got going on?
Oh, well,
yeah, you've got a kind of like a good Samaritan story, kind of. I mean, there are some good people left out there.
There
sort
are.
sort of.
There are. Well, I went to the grocery store a couple days ago, and I guess I left my wallet in the grocery cart. Didn't even realize it till the next day when I was going to the bank to deposit a check. And when I
That's
got to
horrible.
the bank, I opened my purse and went, "Where's my wallet? What the heck?"
And you get that feeling right up your spine, right?
I've never lost my wallet before, right? I mean, I've never had it. I've had my same birth certificate since I was born, so I was just so upset. And then so I called, my debit card, my Visa, cancel all of that. Then I'm thinking, oh my gosh, my driver's license, social
it's
insurance,
horrible.
everything's in there, right? So now I got to go replace it all. So yesterday, I get a knock at the door, and I was in the washroom, so I didn't answer it. And so
Of course.
I came out later, and I look in the mailbox, and here's my wallet.
Incredible.
And I'm like, what? And it's wrapped in a plastic bag saying Canada Post on it.
So somebody must have put it in a post.
In a mailbox.
In a mailbox, right.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So I got everything back except the $35 American I had and the $20 Canadian. And the change that was in there. But everything else is there. So I'm so grateful for, hey, you can have the money. That would have been
Yeah.
your reward for finding it and sending it back to me anyway.
Actually, just so you know, knowing her, the reward would have been higher.
Probably.
It would have been higher.
Yes.
And the great thing about this person too is you had some gift cards in there.
Yes.
Like some coffee cards and stuff.
Yeah,
Like that. And so
yeah.
they were moved and put back in nicely in the wallet, and the change taken.
Was taken out, yeah. But my
That was
gift
the
cards
tip.
are still there.
Are they?
Yeah,
so-
and there was a gift card for $80 for a salon. I'm glad I got that back.
I hope this isn't an omen because Director John, he lost his wallet. Remember a couple of months ago?
Yeah.
And he had to have everything changed. I mean, everything. And it
horrible.
took days, and he was so frustrated. And he was trying to get our show through, right? And then we'd actually laid our camera on the wallet, right? And stuck something on top of it. So when we came back into Studio J1, I think it was a week. Was it a week and a half later? Week and a half later?
6 weeks.
Oh, it was 6 weeks later.
6 weeks
A lot longer
later.
than I thought. Time flies when
Wow.
you're having fun, right? I pull up something, I go, his wallet.
But meanwhile, you've replaced everything. He's
Yeah.
replaced everything.
Yeah, so-
Wow. Yeah, no, I'm grateful I got it all back. So I'm a happy camper. There are nice people.
Yeah. So at Comic-Con, we had a great interview. I mean, just an absolutely, truly amazing interview with Ernie Hudson. Now, Ernie Hudson has a list this long. And
Unbelievable.
And when you think about it, you remembered, right?
Right.
He was in Dukes of Hazzard.
Yep.
He was in Fantasy Island. He was in both Ghostbusters. Princess Diaries he was in. I mean,
Yep.
just the list goes on and
Oz
on and on.
and he's got a new stuff coming out. He's in that show with Grace and Frankie with
Yeah.
Lily Tomlin
Yeah.
and Jane Fonda. I mean, the guy is so talented.
Yeah, and we had a conversation, and you are going to have to watch. I'm sorry, but if you want to be inspired spiritually, we talk about racism, we talk about kneeling, we talk about movies, we
Yeah.
talk about life, we talk about the way how you should be content and being thankful for what you have. I mean, he just was an outstanding.
He was a doll. That's all I can say about him. He really was a genuinely great person.
Yeah, and his co-hosts on, or co-stars rather, on Ghostbusters, we talked about them. So
Yep. Yep.
I tell you,
That was up on Wednesday. So
yeah, it's
check
up,
it out.
Yeah, it's up now on our website, or actually go to our website, right?
Yes.
We have a splash page. It's a
Splash
I can't-
page.
Splash,
You call it a
I
flash
don't-
page. Like what? Do you run in front and
Well, you
flash
know-
yourself? Or
all right,
what?
well, when you go on, it kind of flashes up, right? So go to the peetandreet.com. Pete and what's that say?
Read.
Read. That says read. .com.
Forgot
peetandreet.com.
me already. Thanks.
You've been away so often lately, or talking to me from afar. Anyways, go to peetreet.com, click on the YouTube, and then you're going to see how many shows do we have now? Over 170, right? You have over 100.
Yeah.
So you just go and Ernie should be at the top of the list there.
Yep.
Watch it; you won't be disappointed.
Love it.
Yeah, it's
love
a
it.
great
Love it.
show.
And if they haven't seen the show that we did with the anthem and the kneeling and
Oh,
all that, my husband watched it and cried. So
And this guy is not a crier.
No, he's
and
not.
He's Mr. Tough Guy.
He's
and
very, one of those macho,
and he's one of our worst critics. He's like,
Yep.
you should be doing this. But guess what? It's a Friday wrap, and we talk about, just fast forward to the parts where you're going to find out what the anthem and the flag mean. We talk about kneeling and stuff like that during the anthem. And I think you're going to have a better picture because so many people didn't know and don't know. And I'm talking about Americans who really don't know what the words of their anthem mean. And when you see
No.
this, it
And-
will bring you to tears.
Yeah, and that you'll realize they're not just words.
Yeah. Yeah.
Comic-Con. We have to talk Comic-Con.
Well, yeah, we do. We were at Comic-Con last weekend.
Yeah.
And we had a great vantage point and great people there. Okay, Ernie Hudson, of course, was
Right.
there. Burt Ward was there. The Batmobile was there. A couple of girls from the Fresh Prince were there,
Prince,
but
yep.
they're under contract, couldn't talk to us.
Karen Parsons, yeah.
But it was fun. It was in
was.
the Warplane Heritage Museum. Is that how you say
That's
it?
right.
In
Yes.
Hampton. Of course, we had
Yeah.
all the big planes and the Lancaster bombers and stuff
Yeah.
right beside us. We had a lot of fun. And
We did.
We really did. So.
We did. And
Talks-
thank you to Chris for having us there
Yeah.
and his team.
Yeah, they do a great job. And then on the way out, we sat there and had a little chat with Napoleon Dynamite.
We
right?
did, yes. The funny thing about that is I wanted to get a picture with him because my niece, every Halloween, my family dresses up and we have a competition on who wins best costume. And last Halloween, she won. She came as Napoleon Dynamite. And she looked exactly like him. It was freaky.
Yeah.
And then in the movie, he does this dance number. It's really kind of awkward and quirky. So she did the whole number. So I wanted to tell him about it. And so he was like, no way. Jim Carrey's sister and family were dancing my dance and stuff. He was quite impressed.
Cool.
Yeah, so.
It's like the next
was
generation
very
of the
nice.
Batman dance. Remember?
Yeah, yes.
All right, I think we're all talked out.
I think we are.
Yeah, I think what we're going to do is all get together and say prayers for the victims of Vegas and for the people who are in hospital recovering. We ask definitely for speedy recovery. Keep them in your thoughts and your prayers, and of course, if you can get a chance, get some money into that GoFundMe account.
Absolutely.
All right, we'll see you next Friday in the Friday Wrap with Peet and Reet. Until then, God bless.